Jesus Christ and share some lesser-known facts about him. Here are 10 intriguing and unique truths that might surprise your audience. 1. Jesus wasn't always called Jesus. The fact, in Hebrew, Jesus's name was Yeshua, which means salvation, or the Lord is salvation. The name Jesus is a transliteration from Yeshua into Greek, Jesus, and later into English. Why it's fascinating. Understanding the true origin of his name offers a deeper connection to the historical and linguistic context of his time. 2. Jesus likely learned carpentry from his foster father, Joseph. The fact, the Bible refers to Jesus as the son of the carpenter, Matthew chapter 13 verse 55. While we don't have detailed records of his work, many scholars believe Jesus may have followed in Joseph's footsteps and worked as a carpenter. Why it's fascinating. This reveals that Jesus was not just a divine figure but also a man of the people, working a humble trade in his community before beginning his ministry. 3. Jesus was the first to ascend to heaven after his resurrection. The fact, after his resurrection, Jesus appeared to his disciples and then ascended into heaven, Acts chapter 1 verse 9. This event is crucial in Christianity, symbolizing his divine glory. Why it's fascinating. This pivotal moment signifies the hope of believers that they, too, will ascend to heaven in the final days. 4. Jesus didn't speak only Aramaic, he knew multiple languages. The fact, while Jesus likely spoke Aramaic, a Semitic language of the time, he may have also known Hebrew and Greek, as these were common languages for communication in the region. Why it's fascinating. Jesus' ability to communicate in multiple languages underscores his broad influence and his ability to reach people from diverse cultural backgrounds. 5. The doubt of Thomas. The fact, after Jesus' resurrection, the Apostle Thomas refused to believe that Jesus had risen from the dead until he could touch the wounds in Jesus' hands and side. John chapter 20 verses 24 to 29. Why it's fascinating. This story highlights the struggle between faith and doubt, showing that even the closest followers of Jesus had moments of skepticism, making the resurrection all the more powerful. 6. Jesus had female disciples who followed him. The fact, contrary to what some may assume, Jesus wasn't only followed by male disciples. Women such as Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James, and Salome were dedicated followers who supported Jesus financially and spiritually. Luke chapter 8 verses 1 to 3. Why it's fascinating. This breaks traditional stereotypes about women in ancient times and emphasizes their crucial role in the early Christian movement. 7. Jesus was likely born in spring, not winter. The fact, although Christmas is celebrated on December 25, many scholars believe Jesus may have been born in spring or fall. Shepherds, who were mentioned in the Nativity story, wouldn't have kept their flocks in the fields during the winter months. Luke chapter 2 verse 8. Why it's fascinating. This challenges the traditional Christmas narrative and offers a new perspective on the birth of Jesus, sparking curiosity about the historical accuracy of the Nativity story. 8. Jesus had a large family. The fact, while the Bible primarily mentions Jesus' mother, Mary, and his adoptive father, Joseph, he also had brothers and sisters. Matthew chapter 13 verses 55 to 56 lists his brothers as James, Joseph, Simon, and Judas. Why it's fascinating. This highlights the normal, earthly family life of Jesus, showing he was part of a large, close-knit family, which contrasts with his divine status. 9. Jesus challenged religious rules of his time. The fact, Jesus frequently broke religious norms, such as healing on the Sabbath, associating with tax collectors and sinners, and emphasizing love over legalism. Why it's fascinating. This rebellious nature wasn't an act of defiance but a revolutionary teaching that set him apart from the religious authorities and reshaped the spiritual landscape. 10. Judas, one of Jesus's closest disciples, betrayed him. The fact, Judas Iscariot, one of the 12 apostles, betrayed Jesus to the authorities in exchange for 30 pieces of silver. Matthew chapter 26 verses 14 to 16. Why it's fascinating. This betrayal adds a tragic dimension to Jesus' story and serves as a powerful reminder of the human capacity for betrayal, even among the closest companions.